Hello, welcome everyone. This is my official comeback to the gameplay videos. I've been having quite some software issues over the past few weeks with both the recording system and the encoding system. It was quite a shit. And I'm gonna come back to my gameplay videos with, I think it's a game from Czech Republic called Screamer 4x4. And well, it's a sports game, it's a driving game, and it's from the Trials 4x4 sport, also known as, I think it's more or less like like the American rock crawling. But you know, the cars aren't so modified, and it's not. Sometimes it's not about the rocks; it's about just the terrain, water, mud. You see it. Unluckily, this game is really old and quite low budget, so it doesn't have mud or sun. Everything feels pretty much the same. Everything feels pretty much like gravel. And I don't know, maybe that's the main bad point about the game. The game includes real cars, includes varied terrains. Not all the scenarios look the same. Some are more hilly, some are almost flat but have some canyons. There's stuff to play around. Also, the game is quite realistic. I'm gonna show you pretty much my configuration for driving. That is, I'm going to play with the classic PlayStation 2 controller. I'm gonna drive with the left stick, accelerate and brake with the right stick. I'm gonna have the handbrake on the X button, short and low gearings on the R1 button. L1 is for the main lock. It changes from rear wheel drive to all wheel drive. Usually I'm just playing all wheel drive all the time. R2 to get the gear, longer gear. L2 to lower the gear. Triangle is to change between the map and the compass, which usually the compass is more than enough, because it's you have what you need, but sometimes it's good. And the square and the circle are for the individual differentials, to improve the traction at some points. Well, the game doesn't have much modes. The tutorial, which is just to learn the controls. Free drive, which is, here you have the different terrains. This one with these 6-7 mountains and this little mountain range. The scenarios aren't exactly big. This one with a big canyon, but I don't know. Pretty much everything is quite hilly. Night Downs, which is the easiest one. It's quite flat. Some stuff right here is tough, but overall it's quite flat when compared to the other. Rocky Towers, which has some fast spots and some really tough spots. The canyon at some points, and sometimes you have to play with the slopes of the towers. Shofegaz, which is maybe one of the hardest ones. Some stuff can get really tricky out here. And Tangshan, which is the ultimate challenge. You can play in quite some different weather conditions, which is clear, broken sky, which I don't really understand, cloudy, light rain, which decreases the traction a bit, rain, which is a lot less traction, rainstorm, which the traction starts to get really fucked up, and heavy fog, just it's just visibility problems. And you can play at dawn, day, twilight, night, just the main points of the day. And you have the championship, which is the main game mode, and Trophy and Pathfinder, which are the main two, the two kinds of the stages you'll encounter in championship. Trophy is about short stages with lots of checkpoints. I'm gonna try to show you. You know, I mean, some are really, really tough. I mean, just look at this. I mean, sometimes it's like, go fuck yourself, I can go over here. And Pathfinder, it's just about, you know, a lot less checkpoints. Sometimes it's maybe one, two, maybe here it's just five checkpoints plus the start and finish points. But you know, that's this mode. It's really tough because, you know, the car breaks down. I mean, it's not that hard to break it down. So you have to take care of the. Oh fuck! This is a Pathfinder stage. Well, you know, not many checkpoints. I'm gonna have some problems over here. You know, the canyon is gonna be quite a challenge. At least the visibility and traction are gonna be perfect. You have a few cars, all of them are licensed, fully licensed. The Defender, the CJ7, the Land Cruiser, the Cherokee, the G-Class, the Wrangler, the Shogun, also known as Pajero and Montero, and the Unimog, which is an extra car. I mean, this is not intended to be in the game, but you know, it's always fun to play around with a Dakar rally track. I mean, they use it in real life, but you know, I've only seen it on the Dakar rally. And you have a Raba H18 track, which is huge, and the Toyota Hilux Bigfoot, which is, you know, a pickup truck with some big wheels and the suspension is just over the top. These preview pics aren't much, but if you look close at it, you can see the different, you know, suspension travel a bit, the tire size, which matters, and you know, the wheelbase, which also matters. Well, I usually play with the Land Cruiser. It's a really good car, and it's the third car, so you earn it quite early, and you can you know, and the best versions are really good. Well, this is the engine code, which is 2.4 liters, you know, cc. So, well, 2400 cc diesel, and this is the cylinders and the position of each of the cylinders. You know, 4 in line, 5 in line. You know, diesel again, and the best one is, you know, 4.2 in 6 in line. You know, here you have the typical American engine. You know, 4.2 liter with petrol and V8. You know, it's really good because, you know, all the torque and power are real, and the weight also. You know, just look at the weight of, you know, the different weight of the different engines. Because, you know, in real life, the bigger engines have tougher chassis, and, you know, weight increases. Also, you know, just the size of the engine matters. Here you have the manual or automatic transmission. I use the manual all the time. No braking assistant, assisted brake system, assisted braking system. I think it is the you know, the name. You know, the differentials, I like to play around with them by myself. And the suspension and tire pressure, which are mainly about either traction or damage. You know, soft suspension gives you less traction, but it's tougher to get damage there. While a hard suspension gets you more traction, but it fucks up easily. And the tire pressure is the other way around. Soft means, you know, more traction, more damage, less traction, less damage. I just play normal, and I think it's good enough for me. One of the good things about this game is that the stage doesn't start till you cross the starting gate, so you can play around with the different cameras, which are the first-person camera with a real life interior, middle chase, far chase, bumper, and tire, and the fixed. You know, I'm gonna play with this one. Let's crank it up so you hear the engine a bit. Okay, I'm guessing there's a checkpoint over here. It won't be long. Oh my gosh. Come on. Only one gate and hit it. I guess I'll go around. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Bumpy right. Whoa, that was cool. I'm just taking between the compass and the line because, you know, in the map the line sometimes it looks way too straight. You have the damage information on the lower right of the screen next to the speedometer and the taco. Whoa. Oh, running over people equals an immediate disqualification. I mean you've run over. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to feather the you know, the accelerator a bit. Come on. You know, if the two lines are getting opened, it means you are on a straight line against the checkpoint, more or less. Okay, this movement was really idiot. And you're getting closer to it. I think I'm seeing it. Okay, I'm seeing it. You know, this is just a Pathfinder route, so it's not the same. Also, you know, I mean, this is not so tough when it comes to driving skills. Well, off-roading skills. But, you know, you have to work it. Okay, let's get it. Climb this shit. I mean, you know, sometimes when I'm playing this game, when it's a Pathfinder load, sometimes I'm like, I don't know where the fuck am I going, and if I'm going right, oh my gosh, whoa, fuck this shit. So I'm stuck. You know, that's 50 penalty points for, you know, unrolling the car. I've only won one stage. It was a Pathfinder stage. Even though I unrolled the car. I mean, Pathfinder stages are usually a lot longer than the normal stages. So, you know, 50 seconds, I mean, it means something, but it's not that much. Okay, there's people.
Come on, you can do it.
The co-driver is there, but you know, he's not a real co-driver. I mean, in real life, the co-driver on 4x4 trials, it's, you know, he's trying to guide you, to make you see things you don't see from the driver's point of view. And sometimes he hands out of the window and things like that, you know, just to keep the car under control. Okay, I'm gonna make this in first gear. Okay. Don't it's clear, second gear, third gear, oh my gosh. Okay.
The finish line is up ahead.
That's a typical message you get when you are between 2 and 3 gates, well, between 1 and 3 gates till the finish line. I guess he tries to cheer you up. Okay, where the fuck is it? Oh my god, I didn't see one. I wasn't seeing one of the poles and I was like, what the fuck? Oh, okay, well, here's the finish line and then try to... Okay, there's a... Oh my gosh, this checkpoint is really long. A heli? Well, a chopper. Some people call it a chopper because you know, in theory it can chop you off. But for example, in Grand Theft Auto 4, it only gives you a real big hit. Like if it could had hit you with a baseball bat, you know, that kind of thing. I'm trying to get up this shit. My suspension is getting worse, so it's getting, you know, the suspension makes the you know, the traction and the speed, everything gets fucked up. And
What a try.
oh my gosh, I could have won it. Yeah, I mean that rollover fucked up my stuff. The point system is just the old F1 system, which would be 10, 6, 4, 3. I get 2 and 1 point. And this for shitty drivers get nothing. Luckily I had 62 points. And I think I won because, yeah, it's over. So I'm getting the 8th, the last level. Oh my gosh, probably 9. And maybe I think I messed up something. Yeah, I should have gotten the Raba by now. You know, I mean, it's like this. You know, in Weekend you only have 2 cars, which are the Defender and the CJ7. After that, on the second championship, you get the, you know, when you finish the first championship, you get these. In the second championship, you get these. On the third, these. Fourth, fifth, sixth. No. Yes. Oh fuck, I don't know. Well, I don't know. That was pretty much the game. I mean, I really like it. It's quite enjoyable. I mean, and it's good fun. I don't know. Maybe I would ask for it to have, you know, some math, some sand, so the differentials would be more in use. Also, the terrain is really polygonal. I mean, it's not smooth. I guess that's a problem with, you know, with the quality and the overall size of the game. I don't know. I like it. It's good. It's good. So, well, I hope you had some fun, and I don't know, see you next time. Bye bye.